The opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of this program are not the opinions of the management, staff, and advertisers of this station. Please direct all criticism, concern, and adulation to the hosts of this program.
Welcome to Alabama Politics. This week, I'm Dale Jackson. I'm a radio talk show, so you can hear my show Monday through Friday, 5 to 9 a.m. on WVNN in North Alabama. With me, as always, Mecca Music. She is the CEO of 256today.com. Smart news for smart people, smart enough not to get on Epstein's plane. That's how smart she was.
You did it again. You did the same joke.
You
got so yelled at last week off air, and you doubled down.
I like to go back to it.
All right.
I don't remember doing that, but I'm sure I did.
Thank you.
Simple fact of the matter is, that is going to come up. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Austin Shipley will be with us. He is the news director at Yellowhammer News, and we got a lot to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let's go ahead and get to the 2-minute warning. Can we just fast forward through the next 2 years and just get to the end of whatever the resolution of the Epstein and Russia stuff is going to be? I'm over 2016. I'm over Epstein's plane. Look, if there was information about Donald Trump doing something illegal, wrong, terrible, horrible, horrific, whatever you want to call it, we would have known already. Okay? They bent the laws. They bent the rules. They did all the things there to show us. And now every day we're getting, did you know Donald Trump had Jeffrey Epstein at his wedding in 1993. Here are some exclusive photos that were on Reddit for years. Good job, guys. You're absolutely nailing it. Oh, and there's a report where it says Donald Trump's name is in another report, even though it's all unverified hearsay. You guys are killing it. On the other hand, we have Tulsi Gabbard out there talking about 2016 and how the Democrats kind of cooked the books on the intelligence in order to spin off a bunch of different investigations. And that's sort of the human centipede of investigations. The media consumed it, and then you watched as our friends in the intelligence community took it up. They said, oh, the media's talking about us, we should do something about it. Then they fed that to the media again, and it just continued that circle. Mecca, make it stop. I just don't understand what the end result of all this will be.
Well, okay, so colorful adjectives there, phrases, didn't appreciate that. The other part is, let's talk about maybe tempering expectations, especially for the Russiagate part of it. They have to be very careful not to build this up like what happened with the Epstein case, and then people turn on them, people in their own area, circle, whatever, who are very unhappy with how that's done. So are there charges going to be filed in any of these Russia things?
They have turned it over to the DOJ and asked them to do so. The Biden DOJ was very aggressive on political fronts. I assume the Trump DOJ will be pretty aggressive as well. And the thing I don't like about this is the media is calling this a conspiracy theory. And I hate to hear that from them because they are responsible for almost all of this. Single-handedly, they're responsible for all of this. They weaponized, they were used by the intelligence community, and they're doing it again. They're absolutely, they don't even care. And, you're only doing this to get back in his good graces, the president's grace. And they say, who? And Caitlin Collins / Dylan Mulvaney, whichever one it was, said, I don't have anyone. I'm just saying that. And it's like, that's not a question. You're making an accusation. Whole thing's ridiculous. It's absurd, and it makes me mad. Make it stop, please. Let's move on. I'm sorry, do you have something else like that?
It was just about Caitlin Collins.
Go ahead.
Oh, we should be proud of her. Alabama grad, she's done very well for herself, even if you don't agree with what she says.
They should bulldoze the journalism school at the University of Alabama and salt it so no Caitlin Collins has ever come from there again.
Well, that's terrible.
Moving on, let's talk a little about the United States Senate race. I was shocked by a recent poll we saw this week. 80% name ID for Steve Marshall, which I guess we should have understood. He's been the attorney general. He's been a very active attorney general. And then in a three-way race between him, Congressman Barry Moore, and some other guy whose name I can't remember, it's like 35-12. That part's not really that big of a blowout, but it doesn't look great for Barry Moore, who is expected to get in this race. This could temper that, could it not?
So let me just go ahead and add, this was a poll conducted by the Marshall camp.
Sure.
It's a legit, very good pollster, well respected and things like that. But we should add that to this. And
it's out there for a reason.
And, all right. And Moore has not announced yet, which can obviously change a lot of things. However, Marshall's got a lot of money. He's done well in that. You said active. I mean, I hate to put it this way, but he has played the game very well to move up throughout his career. But Moore has, just in a different way. Mm-hmm. But can Moore fundraise enough? I think is more the question. The poll is interesting. Don't get me wrong, but I think the bigger question is, can Moore fundraise enough to make up that difference?
Can he get out of the wiregrass? I mean, that's really it. I mean, that's the gist of it. Marshall's everywhere and has been for years. I mean, this is a guy who, as you said, played the game. A lot of people see that as negatively. And I don't. He took on all the issues that Alabamians care about, and he reaped the reward for doing that. And that reward is name ID and favor.
I mean, honestly, inserted himself into the story and headlines, or Alabama, as it were, as part of his position. I'm not saying that negatively, but he did a very good job of doing that.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. The guy is everywhere, and he's doing the right thing. All right, let's talk a little bit about this case. I was wrong. Okay, I'm going to try to stop Megan from yelling at me about the Epstein thing here in a little bit by telling you I was wrong and she was right. Last week, she brought this story to me about Mountain Brook and Hoover suing, and I was like, oh, it's so boring, who cares? But it turns out a lot of people do care about this. The cabal of mayors, they have decided that they are, what was I calling them? A cartel, the mayoral cartel, excuse me, in the state of Alabama has said they want a piece of this because they feel like they're losing out on some money, and because the money being used in their cities online is going to the counties, some of it's going to the states. They don't like that. They want that money. I mean, there's no question about it. The real question is how many people are going to sue? Well, you only need one. But this will also bring this issue to legislators, and maybe they come in and look for some sort of fix to avoid a lawsuit because you don't want a judge deciding. So maybe there's a legislative fix here, but will we be seeing Huntsville and Madison and Birmingham jumping on board and getting in here and doing this? It's got Hoover's the next one they're talking about, but that's in a campaign, but still.
I think it's a possibility, obviously. I mean, you were criticizing last week. You said that the cities should go to their legislators and talk to them and do it there. But, I mean, this is an avenue that's open to them. I mean, they should be doing both, honestly, if they want to see this fixed. We had talked about the distribution problems with the internet sales tax. We had also heard from a legislator that in Montgomery, the counties are stronger than in the municipalities, and that's why it's set up this way. So basically, a lot of the cities are saying that the technology exists, right? It exists. We can do this where it is distributed, just like if you go into a brick and mortar store in Hoover and purchase something, that tax goes exactly where it's supposed to. And they are just saying that this should also happen for online purchases.
It's not being done this way because like the technology doesn't exist. It's being done. I know you're not saying that. I'm saying it's being done this way because of how they want to divvy it up. Everybody gets a piece, and that's the story here. That's what they're going for. And
well, you remember me mentioning that a lot of counties have already bonded this this new money, which is a problem.
A hilarious problem, if you ask me, because I'd love to see that have to work its way out. All right, let's talk about the SEC. Apparently, the schools in the SEC, if they were individual programs, pro football programs, they'd all be worth a lot. Now, if you're a poser from Texas and you are sitting here thinking, oh yeah, Texas is number one, isn't it great, isn't it fantastic? I would merely point out that like 7 out of the top 13 teams are all SEC, and the SEC probably made Texas more valuable in all of this, and that's probably why they're at the top. But Mecca, let's be real. They are at the top, and I'm pointing at you, Miss Texas, because
I am an Alabama fan, sir.
Well, I know you're funny. You're a transplant, a carpetbagger, if you will, on that particular front.
I'm still from the South.
I understand, but Texas.
And also, you didn't explain this right. Okay, so go ahead. No, you do it. You do it.
No, it's all right.
No, go.
There was a list of teams, and they went with the amount that their schools would be worth. I just wanted to give you a hard time about Texas. That's all I was mostly doing here.
I know.
And Alabama's in there pretty high. Florida, number 12.
Congratulations.
Auburn, number 13. We're doing great. But the SEC is overpowered.
Absolutely.
And I think this is the thing. And what they're doing here is showing you how their recruiting dollars are going to play, how their media machines work, how all these things actually work, and prestige. And they took a bunch of things into account, and the SEC is just blowing it out.
Absolutely, and I think this is an even bigger, this reflects more of a larger issue. So, I went on this big trip. I met a lot of people from the Northeast, we were overseas and things like that.
So they roll tide.
And No, but listen, yes,
Okay.
they were all of their kids were either going or wanted to go to an SEC school or a school in the South. I mean, it seems like a lot of these prestige institutions are not so prestigious anymore.
No, that's right. Look, people want to go to places where they're going to have an experience.
Yeah.
And honestly, who wants to go to New York and live for 4 years? Who'd want to do that? The weather's not great. The city itself stinks. It smells, and I mean stinks in both senses. It smells like urine and weed, and it also sucks to live there. You don't want to do that. Instead, you want to go and live in the South and have the nice weather, and even though it gets a little hot sometimes, and have that big college experience that you see in movies and stuff like that.
No, absolutely. And that wasn't a very kind way to put it, but I have to say I do agree. I would
that's
definitely want to go.
Exactly
in the
right.
South.
So congratulations to Texas and Oklahoma for getting up there by joining the SEC. So good luck to them this year. Florida is going to surprise people. That's my takeaway from this year.
I can't wait.
I know. Looking forward to it. All right, coming up here in just a minute, Austin Shipley will be with us. He's the news director at YellowHammerNews.com. Stay tuned. It's Alabama Politics This Week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills with turning to 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I am Dale Jackson. With me, as always, Mecca Music, and our guest this week, Austin Shipley.
The news director of Yellowhammer News, and I'm supposed to introduce the guest. Thank you very much. Austin, I'm so glad you could be here today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I am most interested because you have a very insider view of this. I would love for us to have a preview of the most interesting, exciting races coming, and there's plenty in Alabama. It's a good place to be. Which one is the most interesting to you thus far?
Ooh, I think U.S. Senate race for sure. I think A.G. Marshall, like y'all were talking about earlier, has a substantial lead. Moore, I think, is set to have a major announcement. He said August 15th. I think that's going to be something Senate-oriented. And then also you have Jared Hudson, who's the former Navy SEAL. He's also come in, but like y'all also mentioned, Marshall is pulling way ahead of both. So it's kind of Marshall's race to lose right now, so to speak.
Do you think Moore could overcome that lead? I mean, Marshall is clearly the front runner at this point, but do you all think that Moore could overtake that?
I think it snowballs from where it is right now. I think because momentum builds, and I think that's what it is. I think you saw some polling in the past that mentioned Bruce Pearl.
Yes.
Showed him kind of low, and he's like, well, I'm not going to get him unless it was like a gift, and it's not a gift. He didn't say that, but that's the gist. I would not give up my coaching job at Auburn unless it was a sure thing. And it definitely is not. Marshall is probably the favorite, but I guess the question that has to be asked here is, with these two, are these the only two players that are going to get in here?
I think so, and I think one of the only things that could maybe switch things up for Marshall, or excuse me, Moore at this point, could be an endorsement from President Trump. That's something that I could see possibly coming into play, or that endorsement could go towards Marshall. Both are very loyal to the Trump agenda, so it could go either way, but I think the possibly deciding factor, especially in a state as red as Alabama, could be a Trump endorsement.
And Moore could go to Trump and say, I'll get in if you endorse me. That's flattery to Trump, and he likes that kind of stuff. So that's a possibility.
And that could have happened.
Yeah, who knows?
And they already kind of have a relationship, so to speak, with Moore serving in Congress.
Do you see anyone in the governor's race besides Tuberville? I mean, there's no reason for us to even discuss it too much. The governor-elect coach, U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville, seems like he's got that thing locked up. Have the Democrats even made any noise about putting anyone up there yet?
I don't think so. I don't think anything that I'm aware of. I think they've pretty much gone ahead and accepted the law, so to speak. And the Alabama Democratic Party is always just in such disarray anyways. I don't think they can really field a viable challenge.
What about Chig Martin? He likes drugs.
Oh, Chig Martin. Well, then that's true to form.
That's entire. I mean, you'd have to be high to think you have a chance.
Alabama Democrats.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly. I think that's what it is. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, Lieutenant Governor's race.
Ooh, Lieutenant Governor's race. I think that's going to be Secretary of State Allen.
You think so?
I do think so. I think he's going to be the leader in that. I think he's going to come through and win.
So we've got Rick Pate. There's rumors that John Wall could enter the race. Have y'all heard anything about that?
I haven't heard anything about John Wall getting in, but I could see it happening. I don't know why he would do that right now. I don't think it's pertinent for him to do that. I think he's got a good position. He's doing a good job as the head of the Alabama Republican Party, so I don't see him jumping into you.
I don't, and I don't know why you would. I don't want to say a step down, but I don't know why you would go from a position where you have so much influence to another position like that, where I think he holds more influence in that chair spot right now than he would in the other.
Let me ask you about the guy who's currently the lieutenant governor, Will Ainsworth. I mean, he's obviously not running for governor. Tommy Tuberville would have steamrolled him by now anyway. Sure. So what does he do?
So I've kind of likened it to almost a game of musical chairs where the music stopped and then Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth didn't really have a spot, especially when Tuberville hopped in the governor's race. So I don't know if I see Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth hopping in a race anytime soon. I really don't. I think maybe he can go into the private sector and do really well right now, and then maybe make a reappearance in Alabama politics a little bit later on down the road. But for this election cycle, I just don't
I'd like to see him stay active and take some other form. I think that would be interesting. Do you have another race to discuss? I got a question.
Secretary of State.
Okay, let's go. Secretary of State.
Good job.
Go ahead, turn around, ask him.
What are your thoughts on the Secretary of State's race? I mean, there's a lot of, let's say, interesting candidates.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the Secretary of State's race right now is a little bit interesting because one of the candidates is having to respond to a political Ponzi scheme, so to speak. So I'm wondering how that will affect things. And I think the Ponzi scheme was $140 million, something to that tune. And the current Secretary of State has asked everybody involved in that to return your donations, make things right, and submit to authorities. And I found that kind of interesting because one of the Secretary of State candidates right now is one of those people that's having to deal with that issue. So I wonder if that could affect the race in any way.
So you talk about Andrew Sorrell,
correct.
the current counter of desks, the state auditor. I talked to him about this.
Okay.
And the way we talk about it makes it sound like he's done something nefarious.
He hasn't.
Right.
At all.
And it's almost like he's borderline a victim of this.
Yes.
As opposed to
Yes.
being someone who's like went and tried to make money off it.
I
It sounds like
agree.
he's a victim and like this is all going on and then they donated money to him. Not that there was any sort of back and forth about it, but like just the issue itself appears that there's something there. So there's nothing there in that regard.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And like you said, it's been more of the appearance of he's a victim of that. As far as I know, when he spoke to the person in that organization, they build themselves as a conservative Christian organization. So when somebody does that or an organization does that, you don't really expect them to lie about something so major. So I agree. He's more of a victim in that situation.
Right. And I do wonder how that's going to in this particular race and how they'll bring it up. It will come up.
It 100% will.
You'll
Alabama
definitely
politics,
come up. Yeah.
yes.
And he will have to explain that he is essentially a victim in that case.
But also, do you really want to present yourself as a victim?
No, but the alternative is I'm part of a Ponzi scheme.
Yes. Ponzi scheme, vote for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's part of that. And the whole thing is kind of convoluted, which works against Sorrell because the explanation of it all is probably one of the bigger issues you're going to have. All right, I have an off-the-wall question. Becca's going to get mad that I asked this, but
Okay.
I'm going to ask it anyway. I got a text the other day from somebody who told me that Governor Kay Ivey had a medical marijuana card from Florida. Obviously not true.
Oh my
What is
gosh.
the point of this? Like, what is the point of trying to spread that rumor? I mean, besides me, I'm a member of the media, but what is the point?
Right.
What is the point of somebody trying to pump that out? And anytime I presented it in this way where it's farcical. But what is the point of that?
I don't know that there is a point. I mean, aside from the old somebody's trying to undermine her thing, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I'm almost wondering if people are having a little bit of fun behind the scenes with it. I just find it very hard to imagine Governor Ivey with a medical card from Florida. Now, maybe that's not the case. I don't know. I'm going to probably stay away from that situation.
Right. I would think that the people who are spreading that are probably people who have business that has been affected by the recent bill.
Yes.
And
I
I think
about
that's
that.
probably where that is. And I would suggest that they were probably sitting around high and thought this was a good idea. That would be my guess.
Yes.
That you'd have to
Yes.
be in order to come out and be like, let's say that she has a card.
Well, like, it's so random, and it's...
Like, is she jumping in her car, driving down there, going to Pensacola and getting some weed? I don't...
Being escorted down there?
Oh, that would be even better.
Yes.
Hey, we all remember Governor Bentley. Maybe they took a helicopter or a plane down
my
there to get it.
gosh.
All right. Let's, on that note, he had no idea. I guarantee he had no idea. Mecca didn't either. So who cares? All right, well, let's go back. When we come back, I will give you a parting shot. Mecca will leave so the show will get a lot better, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills with turning to 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
Just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I'm Dale Jackson. Got the party shot coming up here in just a second. Before I do that, though, let me remind you, head on over to yellowhammernews.com. Sign up for my email blast, and every single morning you'll get the 7 things you should be talking about that day, every single day, Monday through Friday. yellowhammernews.com. And then you can see my videos and a whole bunch of other stuff there as well. For right now, let's go ahead and get to the party shot. My party shot this week is directed at my friends in public media, Alabama Public Television, Alabama Public Radio, NPR, PBS, all of you. You're on borrowed time. So let me help you with this, okay? You guys are all out there complaining publicly about how much money you're losing because the federal government defunded some of this in the last big, beautiful bill. Well, or the rescission bill, excuse me. But here's the thing you're missing. What is your argument for continuing to get these state resources and federal resources? It's not that people go to you guys for weather or anything like that. I heard someone say, they have a good community calendar. Well, I also have the internet, so I can do that. You guys need to get some local programming. I looked at all the schedules around the state, and guess what? It's all national NPR and PBS stuff, except some guy talking about music for a half hour. I mean, that's basically the gist of it. And your politics that you do cover is either overwhelmingly liberal on APR and Newsnight on PBS, or a servant to the power down in Montgomery, which is Alabama Public Television. My suggestion is that you actually put some local programming on that reflects the state so you can continue to get your funding. If you don't, the state lawmakers might start coming for you next. But what do I know? I've only been in the media on TV, radio, and online for almost 20 years. You guys keep doing what you're doing. Just tell people you're the most important thing out there and no one else can do it better. That should continue to work. Good luck. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching Alabama Politics This Week.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.